Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 38. Hopefully, you guys had an amazing day, doing better than yesterday. But that being said, guys, hopefully the video quality is looking much, much better, right? And if it is because I got this new, lighting lamp thingy majiggy, right? So I'm using a different light source. So instead of using my bedroom ceiling lamp, I'm using this. And from what I see so far on my side, the quality is absolute night and day. The difference is amazing, right? You can actually like see my beautiful face, right? Maybe too clear because of my pimples, but obviously this isn't the best. Probably, I'll probably go the shadows off, etc. But then again, I'm not like a professional videographer or whatever, so this will do now, right? Because obviously having a better lighting won't change, my content and the information I have to share. Although I am improving on that too. And that being said, guys, on this video, I want to talk about, and today, guys, I want to talk about how our desire for something, right? And in this case, is our goal and is our desire for something. And guys, what I want to talk in this video is that how our desire for our goals is actually hindering us from reaching it in the first place, right? So, how by desiring something more, we are actually doing it more harm than good, right? And what do I mean by that? What I mean is like to place a goal high is to give it more importance, right? And when the goal is more important, the goal is then harder to achieve. How do I mean? Well, this is because we desire it more, right? We demand it more and we worry more about it, right? So consequently, with all these potentials, it holds us back, right? Because at the end of the day, it's our potential to act that matters. And without action, we cannot achieve. And you can only think, if we worry more, we demand it more, it's only going to be harder for us to act because we feel like we have so much more to lose, right? And without action, like you guys know, it is impossible to achieve anything. And at first, we set ourselves these unrealistic goals, right? Because it may be your first time, you know, going onto a different path of life. You're setting your first goals, whatever goal it may be. We kind of set goals too high or we aim too low. But let's say we are all ambitious and we set goals too high, and these goals may be unrealistic because we want to earn so much, we want to be this person, and yet we are not even figuring out how to be ourselves yet. So we're trying to set these big goals, and even our dreams we do create and we are unsure whether it will come true, right? What does that mean is, we set these goals and then we start dreaming about this life. But because these goals and are so big and so unrealistic, the dream we set for them, even we doubt if, they will come true. We doubt if our wishes will even happen, right? So when this happens, we act, but not on what's important, but urgent, right? So instead of acting on what we know will get us to the end point. We act on things that's urgent because we are unsure whether the thing we envision will even occur. So, what do I mean by urgent things? Things that are not important, right? Things that are urgent to us in the moment because we feel like they are important, right? Important things are, things are boring, normally not urgent because, there'll always be that, silver bullet, or there'll always be that rich, quick rich scheme that are more appealing to us to chase rather than doing the work, right? Rather than, outreaching, working on your product, working on your service, instead of doing the necessary important work, we seek for the urgent work because we are unsure if our dreams will come true, so we are unsure to act on the important things, right? But guys, there is a way to overcome this, right? But that means taking your desire and replacing it to intention, right? The intention must be pure action and not desire to act, right? Example of that, right? Example of pure action with no desire to act can be any habit in your day, right? Any habit into your day to day life where you act without thinking, you act barely on the intention rather than desire, right? Just a very few examples could be like waking up, brushing your teeth. You kind of just brush your teeth. You don't have that desire. You don't kind of think, right? It's just been something you've been doing for a long time. Or it could just be, if you work out, you just go to the gym because that's just something you program yourself to do, right? Or if your ankle, your back is itching, you just kind of go and scratch it, right? You just scratch it without thinking, right? All these are pure actions, right? And obviously habits takes time to build, and in the first stage of building those habits, we still have that desire, we still are reluctant to do them, but obviously over time they become habits, and habits are examples of pure intention, right? So what I mean by that is, to overcome desire is to just replace desire, right? Replace the thinking with the acting, right? So basically think less and just act more, right? It's pretty simple, but a lot of the times it fools us because it's hard to not think, and at times we can't just cut off our emotions. But then at the same time you realize that emotions are not something too real, and a lot of the time it's just uncertainty that holds us back, right? Now you might ask also, well, how do I not desire something? Like, how do I not think about it if that is all what I want, right? First, stop thinking like you're not already worthy of it, right? Be comfortable living this life. Adjust your living means to this person you are. Right? This takes time, and our heart will not be so easy to be deceived. But I'm not telling you to fool yourself, right? You want to be honest, because likely the chances are, if you want to overcome desire, you got to know that you own this crap. You got to know that this is who you are. You got to know you're worthy of the things you want to possess, right? So if you go into a store, if you go into a luxury store, you go to travel, etc., you go to these fancy places, if you walk in with the feeling, with your head down, with your posture shrugged over, you walked in like a defeated person, right? Then you're obviously telling yourself, I'm not worthy of this, right? So I don't possess it. And if you're going like that, then all the luxury and opulence lifestyle you want to have becomes a desire, because you already told yourself, I don't deserve this, right? So I can only dream about it, I can only fantasize about it. So the first step is to own it, right? Be worthy of it. Act like the person you know yourself to be. And of course, there's limitations to this, like you can't live a rich man's lifestyle because they have this thing and that and you don't have it. But being someone don't have to mean you have to own the same material stuff. You can be rich within, right? Kind of live their schedule, do the things they do. If they do some expensive party and do that and that, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. But there's things you can mimic and copy of people. But at the end, you want to have your own character. You want to build your own character, but based on what you envision or know to be, the person you want to be, or, but always, always own it. Just always own it and then be worthy of it, right? Secondly, unless you accept the possibility of defeat, you will not eliminate desire, right? Unless you are not ready to accept defeat, you are not ready to let go of desire. Very self explanatory, right? And thirdly, guys, stop thinking like you have something to lose, right? Because really, you probably don't have anything to lose. But we always fall into this trap, and I am guilty of doing this even currently, right? Currently, I fall into this trap of thinking that when I cold call, I'm gonna cold call this prospect, which I don't know, and they don't know about me. But I fear that if I call them, I'm gonna lose something, right? Like if the call goes wrong, if this happens and that, I'm gonna lose something. Like I'm gonna lose a pound of flesh. That's how much it hurt to me, right? That's how much the feeling was real to me, right? Like if I call them, I'm gonna leave a bad name for my business, and that consequently will lead to bad reputation down the road. Like all this random bull crap, right? That I imagine myself to come up with, right? Because I had a strong desire, and that desire left me to worry, and that worrying left to fear, and that fear obviously made up this imagination of that I'm gonna lose something. While in reality, I don't possess anything material to lose, right? There's nothing they could take from me. Maybe my neediness that they could take from me, but I'd rather them take that away from me, because I don't want that quality. But a lot of the times we fall into this trap of thinking that we're gonna lose something by acting, right? And that stopped us, and that stopped me from acting plenty of times. And what I realized to be the truth is that the only thing I did lose was that opportunity of not calling. The only thing I did lose was that experience which I didn't gain because I backed out of thinking I'm going to lose something that's not even real. But that's pretty much all I gotta say for today. Why desiring itself is gonna lead to our downfall, right? And if you want something in your life, just act. Simple as that, guys. Act more and think less. But that's all I gotta say for today, guys. Hopefully you guys found this valuable in any way. But if not, like always, I have something for you guys tomorrow. So see you guys then. Bye bye.